everybody. My name is Marikuma. I am the owner of Marikuma Healing, and today we are doing Leo's general 2025 year reading. So, what is the year this year going to be in store for you guys, right? What is something you should look out for, work on, look forward to, and all those good things? And we promise you we're going to get to it. So, before we get started, here's the thing. The thing is that I did do your guys part one, okay? Just because it's such a long reading to do. And like as a total, because it's 14 cards I need to read from. And that means we get 14 different details and certain things in your readings repeat. Like for Aries, they had a big about spiritual growth, kind of adapting, growing, and forming into their own person and knowing who sits at their table and who doesn't, right? I feel like that's kind of like the theme for the fire sign so far, because Leo's yours is kind of the same, but it's more on how you express yourself, okay? Expressing yourself is going to be your biggest theme for this year. And it pops up quite often in your readings the last time that I tried this yesterday, okay? Like I said before, we're going to be doing this again. I already pulled out your cards and all that good stuff. If you guys are happen to be interested in your own personal reading, personal readings are $20 to $6 depending on what you ask. And palms, it's $6 for one hand, $20 for two. All right. We do have a special for $27. You can get 3 readings that are not 2025 or like year related, okay? Like year readings. New year, future year, past year, whatever's. If it's not year related, then it can be whatever it needs to be, okay? If you're interested in, if you have a crush or you want to know if you guys are good as a partner or what kind of relationship it is or an advice or outcome or future spreads and things of that nature. Maybe you're curious about what the first 3 months are really going to be like. You want more detail on that. Look no further. That can be here. All right? And 2 palms. So 3 regular readings and 2 palms are for $27. $25 is for the yearly reads. And again, 6 for 1, $20 for 2. We do advice and counseling, all right? My advice and counseling for a week is $6. For a month, it is $20. I have experience in helping people and counseling others and letting them get to a little bit more of a better place, you know, how to deal with certain things that life throws at us. If you are willing to give me that chance for you and be that person for you, then thank you. Understand, I'm not a certified counselor and I don't claim to be one, you know, but again, I do come with experience. So if you need something like that, you're looking for someone to help you in those areas, I am here, and those are my prices. Okay, so Leo, I've already pulled out your future cards, okay, for your reading, and I also pulled out extra cards for your 2024, okay? Last year was to teach you guys how to move on and get into a better place mentally. So not holding on to things or trying to relive into something that doesn't exist. That your peace of mind is very important. Because like I said on my other readings, man, if your mind isn't right, then your heart's not going to be good. And if these 2 aren't getting along, the body's going to fall apart. And if these 3 aren't working like they should be, right? Then the soul is completely lost. So that being said, moving on and getting into a better place mentally just means focusing on your mind, what stresses you out, what doesn't stress you out, and what you want for yourself, okay? Now, the reason why you guys are having the 6 of spades, okay, is because of this Joker of spades, rebelling and fighting for a cause. Mind you, this is the same thing that's going to be helping you guys this year with your obstacle, okay? Which we'll tackle on a little bit more. But if you learn how to, like, here's the thing. When you're rebelling and fighting for a cause, right? You're fighting for what you believe in. You're standing up for what you believe in. I believe that everybody should be treated with, you know, treated being equal, being kind, being loved, no matter what they may be. Sorry, guys. Just looking out the windows and gosh, I'm so itchy today. Anyways, fighting for what you believe in, standing up for what you believe to be right, okay? I believe everybody should be treated right. I believe that no matter what your sexuality is, what your belief or religion is, whatever your political viewpoint is, whatever your ethics are, that we're all human beings. And as long as we have hopes and dreams and feelings, whether we are organic or not, we should treat everybody with respect. You know, not everybody's going to believe what you believe. Not everyone is going to be happy that that's how you view the world. And believe and receive, people can get bent. I said it, man. I don't do bigotry. Okay? As long as you're not hurting people, children, and animals, have at it. Have at it. It's fine. Now, your solution is daydreaming and wishful thinking, okay? Please remember that anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve. Okay, I don't know if you guys ever heard this saying, but it's like, whatever you think, you believe. Okay, so whatever you believe, you think. Whatever you feel, you attract. Whatever you do, you come to doing it. Okay, so if I go over there and I believe that I'm not good, I'm worthless, and I'm pathetic, I'm going to attract things that are going to make me feel more pathetic, more lost, and have a lot of trials and tribulations. If I feel that I'm not worth it, that again, I'm not good enough, and I'm not worthy of having happiness and all that, I'm not going to accept being happy because I won't feel like I deserve it. If I have a low vibrational energy, I'm going to attract and do and have low vibrational things, okay? If you have a positive mentality, like, look, today wasn't my day, and that's okay. Tomorrow is a new day, and just because it started off rough doesn't mean that it's going to end rough. It may come up being a little bit better. Excuse me. I'm going to go get my tea, so hold on, guys. Thank you, guys. I had to go get my tea. I know it looks like I just came out of frame and came back in, but yeah, that's where I went to go into. And also I'm going to have some rosemary, because if you guys don't know by now, I love my essence sticks. I really truly do. But since I don't have them, I just have bundles, which is fine. Okay. Now, so like I was saying, right, for your moving on and getting to your better space mentally, don't daydream and wishfully think, okay? If you want to achieve something, honey, you can. But your only limitation is your mind and yourself. So if you believe you can't do it, your body's automatically going to be like, well, the mind said we can't do it, guys, so I guess we're not able to do whatever we want. We're never going to accomplish anything. We're never going to be, you know, above and beyond and whatever. And it's just going to cause a lot of trials and tribulations. Planes, remember, guys, I'm charging my phone, so sorry. Don't remember that, but anyways, remember, okay, if anything, whatever you put your mind to, you generally can do. Planes used to be a figment of imaginations. Okay, do you think that people in the 1600s would believe that somebody can fly on a plane from the US to Africa, or Africa to China, or China to Europe, right? Better yet, do you think anybody in 100 BC would believe that there would be trains that could take you from different places in the world, right? That could cross over lakes and streams and rivers. Do you think anybody would believe that we would be going to the moon, that we would have satellites across the universe, at least a small part of it? These all used to be daydreaming and wishfully thinking, and now it's a reality. There is nothing that you can't do. Fantasy is just reality that hasn't been proven yet, okay? So if you want to get into a better headspace, go for it. Don't go over there and be like, well, I'm too old, right? I don't know if you know this, kid, but I'm like 47 years old. I'm like 29 years old. I'm like, 32. I'm too old to change. No, you're not. You're just scared of change. I used to be scared of change too, baby. I did. But I have to learn that what I'm afraid of is that maybe that I'm not worth the change, and I am. I believe that all of us are worth happiness and joy, and that we should be our truest self, and we shouldn't go over there pretending to be something that we're not. You are what you are, and you're beautiful and glorious, period. Okay? Now, your outcome is new ideas. I feel like you're coming up with new, healthier ways to focus on your mental health and not overwhelm yourself, okay? You're going to learn on being able to communicate a little bit better. You're going to be able to express yourself in a way that you need. You're going to be able to do hobbies or things to help you get your mind out of feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, tired, so forth and so on, okay? That's fine. Now, that being said, that tackles why 2024 is meant for you to move on, so let go of what's not working for you. Take what is working for you and build up from it. The mosquitoes here are crazy. Golly. Now, your job, Leo, the outcome of that is loss of position, job, and money. Okay? So this is caused by emotions and empathy. You may not feel like, here's the thing, it may be emotionally and mentally draining for you wherever that you're working at. Okay? What is the solution for Leo's job? Ooh, we got one. Okay, bet. Recuperation and recovery. Okay. So that means you need to take it easy. Hold on, what is this written on my card, man? Oh, Mary. Okay. So here's the thing. Recuperation and recovery is also the same card that you get for October, November, and December for the main themes of those months, okay? It's going to tie into you having to take it easy, pace yourself. You don't have to stop all the way, but you have to be able not to push as hard. Like, the harder you push, the more you're going to be forced to take it slow, okay? Believe and receive. It's there. Now, what is the outcome for Leo's job, bro? Family, contentment, and joy, which is the same card that is represented for your spiritual outlook, okay? So let's get into it. Christ. Sorry. I know I'm such a pain. I'm such a pain when it comes to this, but with dealing with more than one card deck, man, it can get mixed up, and then it means that I'm pulling out double the cards on some reading and then not pulling the card that I need on the other, so it can mess me up a little. Anyways, let's get this started, okay? All right, so for your job, the reason why you're having loss of position, job, and money, right, is because of emotions and empathy. So maybe some, like, okay, not all of you guys, all right, not all of Leo, because this is, after all, a general. Some of you guys may be feeling very overwhelmed and stressed out with what you're doing as work, that maybe they're making you do too much. Like, you're doing your job right, but you're also doing the job of this person and that person, and you're running the business kind of on your own, and it's just kind of like, I'm not being like, y'all not paying me enough to do my job and the jobs of others, bro. Okay, I'm not here for that. But I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and then 1 through 6, and that's just too much for anybody. Like, I feel like if you're going to be losing your job, bro, it's just not where you want to be. You do not want to be at the job that you are. Some of you guys looking for a job, and you want something that ties into what you like doing. That's not going to overwhelm you. That's not going to stress you out. With the recuperation and recovery being your solution, I think something that's good for you emotionally, all right? So it doesn't affect with your mental, because again, you're getting into a better headspace from last year, and you're transitioning what you've learned last year into this year. Because it's not just like a one and done. Like, oh, okay, well, I solved all my anxiety and my depression because I focused on a year for it, and now I don't have it anymore. It comes and it goes. But it doesn't leave you all the way. You just get really good at handling it. Like, it doesn't control you anymore. You control it. That's where it comes from, okay? Here's the thing. I've gotten better with my anxiety and not getting panic attacks every 5 minutes because I worked on tips and tricks. But it doesn't leave me. I still have anxiety and depression. I still get anxious because I can't see as well. And it pisses me off, and it gets into my head because I'm going to be 30 on September, right? And I feel like as a woman who's 29 who's going to be 30, right? I should be able to do whatever I want, when I want to, without having to be afraid that I'm going to run into something or bump somebody off the road or whatever, because I can't see that well. Like, it makes you feel very insignificant and small when you have a physical disability. On top of having a physical disability, it messes with your mind and your heart. And then when those things aren't working out and your body already having problems, your soul is just confused. Like, what the fudge is happening here, bro? And you're like, I don't know, I'm just trying to survive. And I know that's a random thing to say, but like, if you don't deal with this, that's what you're going to be at. If you don't take this, that is what you're going to be at. If you don't pay attention to how you feel at your work, okay? Like, really sit down when you get at home, right? Is this job something I want for myself? Is this job going to make me happy? Is this job financially stable? Is this something that I see myself doing in the long term? Or is it just a temporary job? And if it's a temporary job, right, then where am I going to get my more physical job? Like the job that I stay by no matter what kind of thing. When is that going to happen? Because you can't just go over there and live in a life of temporary. You have to have some structure, some discipline, and some permanent. So if you need to take time to figure out what works for you and then go after what's working for you, then do so. Because why are you losing your job, projects, and things? Clearly something at work is not working for you. Clearly your job is not where you want to be. It's draining and exhausting. You need to rest and recuperate and try to recharge yourself. And you may be working hard for yourself and your family and just trying to be able to get your own stuff. But at the same time, you need a job that brings you joy and peace of mind. Okay? If I'm working at a job that's stressing me out beyond the beyonds, I'm looking for another job, bro. Unless I really have to stay there, and it's better be a very good reason why I'm jeopardizing my mental, emotional, and physical health for something that stresses me out beyond belief, that I'm not even able to rest. Go for a job, Leo, if that's what's happening. Go for a job that works for you. Get a paper. Gotta make sure there's no ants on here. No ants. Let me smush it. Get a paper, get a pen, write down your whole living expenses, rent, light, water, cable, whatever it is. All down, okay? You gotta get the total amount. Then you're gonna go look for a job. a profession, right? And you are going to go over there. What in heaven? Oh, you stay right here. Anyways, you go over there, you look for a job that works for you, you put down the position and how much they pay. Do not get a job that hires you right off the bat. You need to know how much they're paying you, because you may get a really good job, but they don't pay you enough. You may get a really bad job and they pay you just like more than enough, but the money in itself is not worth it. Okay, I've worked at a place and this person paid me enough to pay for my rent, to support my family, but the job was so strenuous. Like, I had to deal with somebody who screamed at me and hit me and they didn't mean to, and they came from a place where they were abusing them, right? And so when I had to take care of them, I don't know if I look like one of the people that were taking care of them or not, but it was terrible. I had scars and scratches all over me because I had to take care of this person. And it was just a nightmare, you know? It had some good days. They weren't all bad, but like when the bad days were bad, it was terrible. And I'm like, there's not enough money in the world, bro. But I have to take care of a kid. I have to go and do 2 jobs and all that. And I was like, beggars can't be choosers, bro. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day, bro. Like, either hustle or struggle. But, I'm not going to be lagging on that. I finesse and I hustle a lot. Especially, like, back in the day. But anyways, yeah, know what you're getting into. Make sure you get a job that ties into your passions, what you like doing, okay? I'm going to keep these cards out. And I'm going to pull in for your financial. Your financial is daydreaming, wishful thinking. Like I said before, you can't go around pretending that things are going to be okay and not put any action to it. It's like a beautiful Cadillac. The 1960s, 1950s, or 1970 Cadillacs with the wings, right? The leather seats, the glorious neon paint job. And it's just beautiful how it goes and glides onto the road and all of that. And it's lovely, but it's got no engine. The car is just a dream. It's imagining that it's gliding on the road, taking faraway trips. No hood. I'm sorry, no cover, right? Because it's just open. And it's looking nice. And it daydreams and wishes to go on the road. It can be on the road anytime if it has good engine and good gas and all the parts to make it go, right? But you're not going to put those parts in, then what are you doing? Dreams can only be dreams until they become a reality. And when they become a reality, it's because you put action towards your dreams. You put action towards your hopes and your ambitions and all the things that you want for yourself. You put action, energy, time, and effort to make it into a reality. Other than that, it will always be a dream. All right? Now let's get into it. What's up with Leo's finance? Practicality and dependability. That's what's up. Definitely need to get a new job, baby. Organization, intelligence, and cleverness. Okay. Am I going to get a 3rd queen? Are we going to get a jackpot? Ooh, we almost did, bro. Okay. Just checking it out. Maybe I'll try to finish a whole reading and see if that works. And then if I can do that, then I will. Because sometimes my phone is like, yeah, we can't do that right now. And I'm like, okay. So what's the outcome for Leo's finance, bro? Lots of outcome. Lots of outcomes. Ooh-wee. All right. Juggling resources and waiting on results. Put it back, it fell out, so that's what we have right now. Yeah, honey. Yeah. here's the thing. Leo, I'm going to say it. Get a new job. Some of y'all need to change how they treating you. Shift. That's right. Shift the game. Switch or flip the game and change it a bit, okay? Because the reason why you're having daydreaming and wishful thinking, right, for your finance, is because of practicality and dependability. So it must be lacking practical and dependable. It's something that you can't really rely on. Maybe they're not paying you on time. Maybe you're not good at saving money. If you're not good at saving money, Leo, I'm just going to say it, all right? Organize yourself, be smart, be clever, and use intelligence, okay? So when we want something practical and dependable, what is that? Now, I know, I sit down on the ground. Y'all can't see it, but like I don't have a table, okay? I have like a little pillow and a setup for the phone. And hopefully we'll start checking out the office and you can have more of a visual of what's going on. And eventually we'll be able to see what your cards look like. So that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I have to stretch all the time. Sitting on the ground. Anyways, I know that's TMI, too much information. But yeah, like I was saying, y'all need to get a new job, okay? Practical and dependable is, well, that's what I said, but I came back to it, okay? So practical is something that makes sense, something that is like, you know, A, B, C, and is equaling 1, 2, 3. It's not going over there and being like, oh, what's this? What's that? What do you mean this is how it is? Like, it doesn't give you confusion. It's something that you can rely on, okay? Dependable is the same way. It's practical and it's dependable. It's reliable. It's there for you. You know that it's got your back. It's safe, okay? If it's lacking that and that's what you're daydreaming about, you want something dependable and practical for you to go over there and rely on. You want your finance to be something that you can be like, okay, I'm financially stable. Right now, it may not be like that because I don't see you daydreaming and wishfully thinking and being like, oh, I hope to have money and things to fall into place. Huh. And you already have that. Like, I don't see somebody doing that. Like, if you already got it, what are you daydreaming and wishfully thinking about, bro? What are you doing? Either do you want it to last forever? Is that what you're daydreaming about? Like, oh, I have it now, but will it last? Baby, if you put hard work into it, why not? You know? Jesus. Anyways, organization, cleverness, and intelligence is going to help you out, okay? When you're organized, you have your own rhythm and beats. Life is all about balance, and everybody thinks balance is this. It doesn't teeter. It's always steady. It's there, right? This is your balance. It doesn't lean over here. It doesn't lean over there. It doesn't fall forward or fall too back. It's easy going. It goes into its own rhythm and flow, okay? When it's like this, then you can be able to go from work, go home, take a break, recharge, have time with family, go to work, take a break, recharge, have time with yourself, go to your family, go to work, right? It's a steady, easy rhythm and flow. Everybody's rhythm and beat, baby, is different, okay? It's different. My rhythm and beat may not be your rhythm and beat. Your rhythm and beat may not be mine. And what may help somebody may not help you all the way. For me, I need things spread out. Like, if y'all could see, I have like my my smudge sticks over here, my cards in front of me, the charts to make sure that I'm reading it right. I have all these other things around, and it's really messy if you just come and look at it. But to me, it's organized because I like things being spread out, okay? And I also like color organization and having little keys. Like, if I'm going to be neat, then we're going to have key charts. We're going to have little things on a map or a calendar or whatever and be like, okay, I'm going to be doing this, this, and this, and this. I need to be able to do this video. I'm doing this reading for this person. This person needs my counseling. That person needs a palm. I have 5 palms to do today, 3 or 30 readings or whatever. And I just write it out to where I can get it. And then I make sure that I set alarms and tell my family what I'm doing. So as I'm writing it down, I'm setting the alarms and I have people to remind me like, oh, did I have something that I had to do today? Didn't you tell me yesterday or a few weeks ago that you have this to do today? And I'm like, oh yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Because sometimes I forget. So writing it down, having it color organized, having a little reminder or a tune on my phone or whatever, it helps me stay steady, all right? Now, cleverness is going to be with creativity. This is going to be for your mental intelligence, all right? Everybody's got different types of intelligence, all right? I know that we're surrounded by idiots. I know that's not a nice thing to say, right? What kind of healer are you to call people idiots, bro? I'm just going to be honest, okay? I am. Some people are full of shirts, okay? Some people have common sense and they choose to be ridiculous. They choose. They really, truly do. They choose to be dumb. And then you wonder, what's going on? Why is this happening, right? Because people choose to be dumb. Some people are dumb and some people choose to be dumb. Okay, so cleverness is one problem, has multiple solutions. One solution can solve many problems. Your ability to think outside the box and not be stuck by one idea, kind of look at it in a different angle and see what it could be or what it is, will help you overcome a lot of obstacles, okay? That is mental intelligence. Emotional intelligence is having compassion and understanding to yourself as well as to others, and understanding why people do things the way they do because of how they feel. As much as we don't like to admit to it, a majority of us, or most of us, right, act on our feelings. If we're upset, then we act with aggression. If we're angry, we act with hostility. If we're sad, we act on grief. If we're happy, we act on generosity. If we're curious, we act on being impulsive. Not all the time, but sometimes, okay? Because we are creatures of emotion. We are creatures of great emotional complexity, and we're also creatures of good and bad and gray. But sometimes when somebody is feeling a certain way, they do certain things despite knowing that it's right or wrong, but they run on the feeling, all right? You as an emotionally intelligent person would understand why they did it, how to go about it, and how to deal with them or yourself when you're feeling the same way. Now, physical intelligence. Emotional and physical intelligence is looked down on, man. Every queen, king, and royal in between needs an emotional, intelligent person. Your partner and yourself need to be both emotionally intelligent people, because it requires y'all to be sympathetic and have empathy and compassion to each other's on certain days, all right? Now, physical intelligence is working your body without straining yourself. As many of you guys can see, I guess you can't because, like, you know, it's kind of there, but, like, I'm a very scrawny chick, all right? I'm very on the petite side. I'm skinny, like skinny, all right? I'm working on not having that for like 2025, right? Getting some meat on my bones, my God. And I'm not body shaming myself. I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm ugly. I'm just saying that, like, you know, I would like to be 130. I have like really bad time holding my weight. It kind of goes really high and then it drops. And it can be kind of annoying. Anyways, not like you guys want to hear about that, right? Who cares about your weight, child? Really? Mosquitoes, don't like them. Anyways, I used to do nursing, okay? A lot of you guys know I did healthcare. At least if you don't know, you know now, because I talk about it a lot, okay? This is an example of physical mechanics or body mechanics, all right? On a good day, I'm 130. Okay? On a bad day, I'm 110. And I have to pick people up who are like 190 or 200, 230 something, or 300 or 400. And I have to walk with them. Like they have to use me to support themselves to walk around or to take steps up and down. And they have to use me to balance themselves. So I'm taking a majority of their strength and their weights, okay? Because if they give it all, if they don't give me enough of it, then they're gonna fall back or they're gonna get hurt. And they give me too much and I don't know how to handle that, then we're both gonna get hurt. So being able to work your body, shift your weight and other people's weight to benefit you to whatever you need to do, that's body mechanics. That's physical intelligence, all right? Now, spiritual intelligence tells us not to deal with people who are a waste of space. And before somebody hit me with, as a healer, as somebody who's doing that mind, body, and soul and all that good stuff, right? Why? Why are you out here telling people that they're peasants? Because some people are, baby. Some people are. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I said what I said and I mean it, all right? People will come to you to suck your energy out. They will always come to you with problems, drama, never happy, gossiping about people, being messy, always putting themselves in situations that they know they shouldn't put themselves in, blaming other people, not taking responsibility, victim blaming, playing the victim, being a narcissist, a sociopath, somebody that likes to manipulate people's minds and, listen, it's 2025, baby. Okay, honey, it's 2025. Heal, change, and adapt, or stay the same. Be repeating these issues and things that you choose to not change from and heal from, and suffer the consequences. But do not waste my time with your low vibrational negative energy, because I'm not going to have it. I'm not. Me as a person, I don't have time for that. Look, my energy, my vibration, my aura, my character is very important to me. And I have other places to be than to deal with somebody who refuses to change. Okay? Now, there's a difference between a peasant, like how I'm describing them, right? And a queen, a king, and a royal who is having just a bad day and they're like, you know what? Today really sucked balls, bro. It just was horrible and what, okay? I get that. I do. And everybody has a bad day. But continually having a bad day, continuing not to change, continuing not to accept that you have, like, here's the thing. We all have responsibilities to certain things in our life. Some things were out of our hands, all right? It was out of our control, and we had no say-so in it. Some things we did contribute to. And 2024 taught me how to be like, yo, I own up to this, all right? I accept and take responsibility for what my actions did. I own that. That was 100% me, and I apologize that I hurt you guys, or I'm sorry that I made you feel this way, or like put that onto you, okay? I'm cool with admitting my faults. You gotta get there, because if you don't, then you're not changing. You're just continually going over there and getting yourself into a lot more pain, okay? So having all those intelligence will help you out, guys, especially for your finance. Now, juggling resources and waiting on results. You're trying to find things that will fit and give you financial stability, but you're struggling with it. So again, get a paper, get a pen, write down all your whole expenses. If you can, Leo. If you guys can. Stay with a friend that you trust or a family and get on your feet. The moment that you get on your feet, start working, get your own place, and build yourself up. You are never too late. You are never too old to start over. I have started over many freaking times, man. And every time I start over, I get stronger and wiser. It's okay. Like I said, people make us feel so bad for being a certain age. Like at 20, you should be married, right? So at 20, you find somebody that you love. By 22, you should get married and have kids. And then by your 30s, they should have grandkids or something. Or like you should be having like, a steady job and a home and be married for all these years. And you have to have a perfect husband and you have to have a perfect wife. And if you're 32, right? Because like when I get to have children, I'll be like 32 years old, okay? When I find my partner, whoever they may be, okay, keep it like that because I'm not trying to get into trouble. Just depending on like who I'm talking to. Not everybody is for whatevers, but if you know, you know. Anyways, whoever my partner may be, right? And I'm okay with starting that life later on. But people think that if you're in your 30s and you're having children, oh my God, you're too old. Remember, when you get 40 and 50, you'll slow down. The clock is ticking. You haven't settled down with a woman yet? How come you haven't found a partner? Get off my back. Here's the thing. You'd rather take your time, right, and find the one than having to rush in with these bozos who are not even supposed to be with you. She is not supposed to be with you if you guys rushed into it and it's not working. Relationships take time, and having children, believe me when I say this, okay? I never like gave birth to a child, but I was a guardian of one, okay? They test you. When they're first born, you do not get any sleep, okay? You are up every 2 or so hours feeding them, changing them, making sure that they're okay. Having a cost of a child is really expensive back then and is super expensive now. Sometimes your kid does not drink milk from you, so they have to have formula, right? And then, when you're having a partner, it tests your partnership because you guys are not sleeping. You're not having couple time. You're having this whole time with this child who you put into this world, who you have to guide. And then sometimes mothers leave and die. Sometimes a mother is just not ready to have the kid, so they leave it to the other person. The other person has to go over there and figure out all things by themselves. If you're a single father, it's a whole new thing. If you're a single mother, people look down on you. Why didn't you have a man? You can't have children without the other parent. Yes, you can. I was raised by my mother and my grandfather, and I've turned out all right. Okay? But it's so frustrating. Like, I just thinking about how much I had to do when I was the guardian of it, it's enlightening. They are a blessing, but like it pissed me off because I was like, I'm on my own raising this kid, putting up with this madness. Like, I know that's a little too much, okay? But bro, y'all just take your time, okay? Because I think for a majority of y'all feel like either you're too old to try new things, or you don't know if people understand you and accept you, or you're just trying to find what makes you happy and you're trying to retrain yourself to be a happy person. You cannot live your life for somebody else, baby. Use your life. You have your choice. And you gotta roll with it. Okay? Live it for you, boo-boo. Now that being said, juggling resources and waiting on results, trying to find something that is steady and able to go for, okay? Now, let's get into your love life. Now everybody's waiting for that, right? Who doesn't love talking about love and relationships? Relationships are the best. Okay. My cards are getting old. I need to get new cards. Okay. Your love life is represented as endurance, diligence, and strength, okay? The reason why you're having endurance, diligence, and strength is due to powerlessness, so vulnerability. Oh golly, Miss Molly, please don't let it rain. I don't want to have to do this reading over again. Okay. Family contentment and joy is your solution. So it makes you happy, makes you feel content, and brings you family. So maybe having somebody you can build a life with. Okay. What's the outcome? Independence and self-reliance, but they also allow you to be independent. Okay. Let us go for this. Crumb nuggets. Actually, this is okay for me. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, endurance, diligence, and strength is in your love life. It's represented by the Nine of Clovers. You're having this because of powerlessness, so vulnerability. You're trying to be vulnerable and understand what you want for yourself that brings you joy, happiness, and family. So someone you can build with, but at the same time, somebody that makes you feel at home, okay? This is somebody that you want as your partner. Someone who will love you for your good, your bad, your ugly. Someone you can be entirely yourself with, but also have a connection, okay? They are, I wouldn't say when it comes to independence in a relationship, they allow you to do your own thing, but at the same time, all relationships need teamwork, okay? All relationships need teamwork. They need somebody that can lift them up and support them, and you lift them up and you support them, and it's just a nice thing, okay? You guys are both independent people living with each other, being with one another. So if you want to have somebody that respects you, that gives you some space from time to time, but also somebody that works with you, okay? That's a nice thing for your relationship. I hope that you guys find that or have that. Be surrounded by people with those types of things. Now your family is represented by attention to detail, focus, and practice, all right? So let's get into that. All right, daydreaming, wishful thinking is why you're having attention to detail, focus, and practice, which remember is also the same card for your financial, okay? What is the solution for family for Leo, bro? No, okay. Sorry, guys. Strong belief, defense, and conviction is what's going to help you guys with your family. All right. This is also, guys, the same card that is represented for this month, January, February, and March. These 3 months, like the first beginning of 2025 for you guys, strong belief, defense, and conviction is going to be your theme. All right. Also, this is a card for your family. You guys are going to be focusing on your morals and your character code. Now, some of y'all maybe finding religion or something like that. And if that's the case, okay. Your faith may also help you. But a majority of times when it comes to strong belief, it is not religious, it is core. It's like you're, as a person, what you stand by, what is your foundation as your character, all right? What's the outcome for Leo's family? Miscommunication, misunderstanding. This is your major theme for 2025. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. This is for family outcome. This is your theme. Okay? So, I'm going to look at this, bro. Because I want to understand. I do. You're telling me that you're having attention to detail, focus, and practice with family, right? So you're trying to focus on what you want to say or how to go about it. Because if miscommunication and misunderstanding is here, maybe your family doesn't understand you or you don't feel like your family gets you. Maybe you feel like your family's a little bit judgy, all right? Hey, all of us have family drama. Everybody has like that one family member that just causes the most problems, or that one that's kind of like, above and beyond kind of thing. And they just love to start mess and be full of drama and all that. There are people like that, man. They exist. And they are incredibly annoying. Now, that being said, daydreaming and wishfully thinking. Maybe you feel like your family would understand you a little bit more, Leo. I think there's some things that you kind of keep to yourself that you're not comfortable with sharing. They could have strong belief and they could make you feel defensive and convicted by not sharing the same belief or the way of their character. Like you don't share the same personality as them. It makes you feel defensive and convicted. It makes you feel like you're being accused or wronged. And it goes into miscommunication, misunderstanding. So I think you're trying to focus on how, here's the thing. I'm going to focus, right, on how to communicate with myself and who's going to be a part of that and who is not. It is okay, guys, to kick family out. I was born in Uganda and I was raised in Texas. So I was raised with Ugandan traditions, okay? And family is a really big thing where I'm from, okay? You have to respect your mother and your father and your grandparents are the elders, and they have a very big hold and a lot of power on the family. It's like a monarchy, okay? And to go over there and to cancel family, to kick a family member out, to not help them, even if you have issues with them, is unspeakable. And it is kind of like things that is shunned upon. Now, you may kick them out for things that don't make sense, right? For whatever type of thing that may happen. But if it's something that's they're being narcissistic or they're being abusive, it doesn't matter. You always forgive your family. You pray for your family. You work things out with your family. And sometimes some people don't deserve to have that. They don't deserve to be called your family. They don't deserve to have your respect in that way because they had their chance. They messed up. And now you can either suffer and deal with the narcissism and the abuse and the toxicity and the toxic behavior, right? Them mistreating you, them looking down on you because you're not them, or you're not like so-and-so, or you're not what the family deems, whatever, okay? Again, if you're not hurting children, people, and animals, live your life, baby. But sometimes our family doesn't allow us or accept us for who we are, okay? Believe me, I know. And it can cause a lot of rift. I've let go of many people who are supposed to be my family. I kicked them out. I blocked them. I told them, look, I don't want to ever see you again. You do not come near me and my other family. And if you do, we're going to have problems. So, bye. And I felt great. It hurt. It sucked. I didn't want to do it, but sometimes people don't deserve it. People do not deserve to sit at your table and eat with you your food. They do not. Some people need to sit over there and eat on their own table and eat their own food, but they cannot be dining with you. All right? If that's what's kind of going on, you have a little bit like of a friction with your family. You don't feel like you can open up to them. They have proven to you that they're not trustworthy. They have proven to you that they're toxic and abusive. Then leave. Leave. Don't press go. Do not collect the 500. Now, if you're just scared that your family's going to judge you and they haven't showed you that they would, give them a chance. You have to be able to communicate with yourself. You need to find your voice, Leo, because you have it, okay? You have that voice. You have that power. But you need to find your voice and you need to be able to say A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right. Now, that being said, let's tackle your friendship, okay? Alrighty. Your friendship is represented by practicality and dependability. I knew I saw that Queen of Diamonds somewhere. Hold on, guys. Let me just get this. Okay. My neck kind of hurts, so sorry about that, guys. Okay. Now, that being said, let's get this started, okay? So practicality and dependability for friendship. Spiritual growth and satisfaction is why you're having this. So you're taking care of yourself and you're starting to figure out what you want for yourself and what you don't. I'm happy that you guys are working on what's better for you than what people think that you should do. Because people will tell you, bro, what that you should be doing and what you're doing is wrong and what. At the end of the day, like I always tell you all, live your life. Live your life for yourself, baby, because you can't be living for everybody else. You know what I mean? That's not a healthy thing. Untruthfulness, untrustworthiness, and theft. So the reason why you're looking for a practical and dependable person for your friendship is due to spiritual growth. This could have been because you had friends that were untruthful, untrustworthiness, and they made you feel like you were robbed, or maybe they did steal from you. Okay? All right. So this caused you to do spiritual growth, to find yourself a little bit more better. What's the outcome for Leo's friendship? Juggling resources and waiting on results. Okay. Were they coming after you for money, baby? Was that like a thing? Sometimes, so here's the thing. Sometimes friends come to you to steal your money. Like they pretend to be your friend, right? And they're like, oh my goodness, we're buddies, right? You always help me out, right? And they're just out here, bro, like stealing you, saying that they'll pay you later, and they never do. Like, nobody's got time for that. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. Okay. Anyways, yeah. You guys had to deal with some people who are not trustworthy. And sorry for the random pauses. I'm a little bit out of it today, but I'm trying to finish up these things. Like, I'm a little under the weather, you know, but not bad. So let's continue. Anyways, spiritual growth is all about shadow work, okay? So when you're doing your spiritual growth, what you're doing is allowing yourself to be like, okay, what are things that I'm running from myself and how to deal with that? In spiritual growth, no matter what anybody says, if someone tells you that shadow work is a lie, that you don't have to have shadow work, that you can be whatever you want to be and whatever, because shadow work is just a myth. First off, don't listen to those people. Shadow work is very important. Shadow work allows you to deal with your shadow. Your shadow is not your enemy. Your shadow is not somebody who's going to hurt you and manipulate you and take advantage of you and whatever. It's not, okay? It is hiding and taking all the anger that you feel. It takes in all the things that you don't like about yourself. It takes in all the things that you run from and hide from and avoid. And you put it deep down in your lower self, okay? So, like, for example, I know this is a weird thing. Your lower self is right here. Your middle self is kind of right here. And then your higher self is right here, okay? So our lower self, right here, has our inner child and our shadow self. When we're doing spiritual growth, right, we are focusing on loving our light and our shadow. Remember, guys, we're full of duality, okay? We are full of duality. We have our light and our shadow. We have our feminine and masculine. And before anybody comes to me talking about, oh, but men have masculine energies and ladies have feminine energies. Listen, every queen, king, and royal in between has both masculine and feminine energies. Y'all can't change my mind. Because as a lady, right, if I'm not supposed to have masculine energy, then why is that the energy that I use most? I'm just recently, like thanks to last year, I'm just recently being more in touch with my feminine energy, my feminine self. I normally feel comfortable with my masculine self, okay? Take it as you want. But both of them we use, and both of them have a necessity, and we both have each and every one of them, okay? So when you're dealing with your shadow self, this is how you spiritually heal and spiritually grow, okay? You're going over there dealing with what you don't like and admitting to yourself that, hey, we're not perfect and that's okay. The moment that you can look to yourself and be like, yo, bro, I may not be perfect. I may not be like Mother Teresa, but you're not going to go over there and make me feel this type of way. You know what I mean? Like, no. I'm not going to go over there and try to shrink myself to fit into a group of people that I don't even like. And I'm going to be me. I'm going to be quirky and weird and happy. And I'm going to embrace my own power. Your shadow self has power. It is strong and it has strength and it is protective. It protects and shields the light. The light gives love to the shadow. They're together in yourself, okay? So once you learn all that, you'll be fine. At the same time, you will be working on things that you've been doing that's not good for you to be doing anymore. And for juggling resources and waiting on results, go out there. If you're trying to find a job in the steadiness, okay, put yourself out there for a lot of things. That way, when one thing falls in, you have more of a chance for something to come back to you, okay? Don't put yourself out there for little things. Now, we're going to tackle your spiritual, okay, honey? Okay. Your spiritual is family, contentment, and joy, okay? So let's get into that. Strong belief, defense, and conviction is why, okay? You're having family, contentment, and joy. The solution is hard work and reliability. Okay, so something that ties into your character, something that works for you and is reliable, so it makes sense you can fall back on it. What is the outcome for Leo's spiritual, bro? Loss and despair. Okay, let's get into it. Crom nuggets. Now, okay, you guys are having family, contentment, and joy, right? It's represented by the 10 of Hearts. This is for your spiritual. The reason why you're having this for your spiritual is because of strong belief, defense, and conviction. Mind you guys, this is again your main theme for January, February, and March, which we'll get into part 2, okay? So you're going to be trying to follow something that goes with your character, that gives you structure and stability, that's hardworking and reliable. So it works for you and it's something that will be able to fall. Like if it falls, like here's the thing, if you fall, right, it's something that will catch you. It's dependable, it's reliable. It works for you. If you guys don't get something that goes with your character and that doesn't work with you, like if you feel, like here's the thing, this is the easiest, most simplest way that you know if something's for you, okay? If you feel uneasy out of nowhere, okay, like when I meet people, right, and something about them feels off, I just, for whatever reason, I just don't like them. And I like everybody, okay? I do. I'm kind of like that person that's very awkward and shy, like in person, right? But I'm an observer. So like I'll watch and see, I'll be like, is this person good for me to hang out with? Or is this one of these like, wacky people? If it feels off and it just doesn't make me easy, I'm really like restless and uncomfortable. And I'm just like, no, right? I won't go. I won't do it. I've learned the hard way just to listen to my intuition. Everybody's got intuition. It's not for the specially gifted, okay? Everybody's got senses. Your Spider-Man senses is telling you that something is up with this person. And if you hang out with them, you're going to find out why, in the first place, you didn't like them. Now, if your spirit and your body is calm with this person, there's no butterflies in your stomach, they're just like, oh, I really like this person. Not because, they're pretty or whatever, because I just like their personality. There's somebody that I can hang out with. There's somebody that I can be myself with. There's somebody that we just have that connection. And I feel like we belong. Okay? Like I feel like this person belongs on my team. That is your person. When you feel that way. Now you're feeling weird and you don't, I just, for whatever reason, out of nowhere, you look at this person, you look at the situation, you're like, something in my body and my soul just doesn't like the way that this thing looks, bro. Don't do it. If your body and your intuition and your gut feeling telling you something's funky, listen to it. 99% out of 100, bro, is always right, okay? Even if you don't know it yet. Now, that being said, We're going to go on part 2 on the next one, okay? We're going to tackle January, February, March, a little bit more, April through June, July through September, and October through December, what the whole year of 2025 is going to be in 4 themes, as well as your obstacle that you're going to be facing this year, how to handle it a little bit better, and your main theme and how to go over there, okay? So stay tuned for more. Please follow and subscribe, guys. We're going to have lots and lots of videos, and if you guys don't subscribe, you miss them out. And before I go, okay, we are having, like, if I get 50 subscribers, I can get a live. But if we get 100 subscribers, guys, we are going to have a talk, like a talk show, or like in the YouTube channel. It'll be like a podcast on YouTube, right? Called Dark Minds and Butterflies, okay? So we'll talk about life and other things. We'll also go with theories, conspiracy, and non. And we'll get into just a bunch of other stuff. Dark Minds, talking about, like, you know, the mind is not always black and white. Sometimes it's gray. Sometimes people have faces and masks and how to go about that, right? And butterflies, innocence and purity, and just how to kind of have a little bit of balance and peace. So stay tuned. All right, peace out, guys. Slay the day. Be happy. Be gay. Bye.